Oh, go on, continue.
Show up
that's a good place.
one, and the little one stops to suck his thumb, and we all go marching down to the depths of Coruscant to get out of the rain.
Taylor Swift tickets, hurrah.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm opening for Taylor Swift next week. Did you not know that?
Oh, well, that kind of spoiled. I was talking to Mel.
Yeah, I leave,
wife,
I leave my schedule open for her too, just in case.
Really?
That's why you don't. That's why you don't book gigs on Fridays, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You say it's for podcasting, but
just
we
in
know
case
it's for Taylor Swift.
comes by. Yeah.
There we go.
She doesn't like to be kept waiting.
That's what Casey told me.
I'm not going to tell you how this conversation started, okay? But fast forward, Mel texts me to explain something that I wanted explaining. We are hoping for Taylor Swift tickets. Wait, I said, Joe Gibson is a Swiftie? Oh, I'm going to get some miles out of that. Haha. She says, I think it's more for me. So a tag along though, Jeremy got tickets. I'm like, Jeremy, laugh my ass off. This just keeps getting better. Jeremy being one of our old gaming buddies.
Yep, but Mr. Anderson went to Portugal to watch Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Mr. Anderson.
Because it was cheaper.
Mr. Anderson.
Jeremy Anderson. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yep, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, just for the audience, okay, our original Star Wars DM, Doug, not Doug Baldwin here, but our old buddy Doug, who introduced us to the WEG D6 system, and then by the time we got our claws and mitts into Jeremy, myself, and Joe Gibson were playing D20 and D20 Revive Star Wars. And that's how he is quasi-relevant to this conversation. We'll just randomly talk about friends. They have to be gaming friends, right?
I was in the same class as his little brother.
Yep. Which would be Drew.
Drew. Good guy.
Not the other
Both good
Drew
guys.
Casting.
Yeah.
The other Drew.
Drew, I think, got grandfathered into Hydra 1.
Good for him.
That's what this old man did. Anyway, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Do you have guilt, regret about cutting a deal with Outlaw and then leaving him behind to rot in the bowels of Coruscant? Well, if you take Skeel Ali Da pills once a day, maybe he would turn the party around to go save his... Hey, Aiden, how's it going?
It's been a long freaking week.
And then I hit you with that crap.
Yep. Glad to be back.
Clad to be back? That's like clad in Jedi robes, is that? No? Help me out here, man. The guy's just tired. All right.
I said glad. You heard plaid.
I heard clad as in I'm clad in robes.
I heard Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad. Everything's vampires with you, Baldwin. What is...
Look, that's my next character, all right?
Are there vampires in Star Wars?
How can we do Star Wars, but with vampires?
Actually, there are, in unknown regions, there's those vitality draining tentacle dudes that call people soup.
And then there were at least the zombies on Almas.
Yeah, that was like more of a possession thing. There was a dark spirit animating them like a spell, as opposed to, well, I guess technically, yeah, same thing.
There's an indie horror Star Wars game of a stormtrooper exploring the contents of a derelict Star Destroyer. I just saw a little video on it today. Looks pretty interesting. Free to play.
What's it called?
Really? More details. I don't know. I just saw a video snippet of it and I was like, what?
What's the deep space horror where the helmets have the 3 slots and everything's like a bronzy rust color? Dead Space. Thank you. A Dead Space with a Star Wars skin, maybe?
All the shots that I saw was basically following like an over-the-shoulder view of a stormtrooper rolling around, killing zombie stormtroopers.
Hey Jeff, do you think you're streaming?
I think I am.
Okay, they're saying this. They're saying they can hear us, but black screen.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. It's all part of the suspense to give our Twitch viewers a real feel for the podcast experience.
That's what they tune into Twitch for. What side of the room? Wait, what? What side of the room?
Talking about sci-fi horror, you know, in space.
Oh, okay. It's
no
called,
one can hear you meme.
It's called Star Wars Death Troopers.
There you go.
Oh, is that because of the new Ahsoka show?
No, it predates. In fact, the Ahsoka troopers come from that source, and they're witches. They're done by the witches.
Dathomir.
Yeah, the Dathomir witches are the ones that brought them back from the dead. That's right.
There is I think it's extended universe. There is a like zombie virus thing.
The Rak Gull.
No, not Rakghoul. I think
it's actually related to an artifact.
It's post battle of Yavin. Anyway.
The more you know about the dark side of Star Wars, it's not just Darksiders.
Yep, he can definitely hear us. Yeah, I'm still not seeing video, Jeff. I can try to refresh, but I am on the page and I'm not seeing any video.
I can show you the world.
So they're going to have to use theater to mind at this point. There's not much I can do about it. Hello, everyone.
Difficulties.
Having lots of trouble lately. Welcome to Theater of Mind. As long as the recording stands, I guess we're okay. Wife got me an audiobook, Star Wars, called Fate of the Jedi. And this happens after the Yuzong Vong, after Grandmaster Luke has been Grandmaster for a while, after Jason Solo went nuts as some high commander. And it comes in with the Galactic Alliance. Remember how we were talking about this before? Are trying to integrate a couple of the Imperial holdout sectors. And they are... they're all in negotiations, and then the courts pull out this thing where they want to arrest Luke Skywalker, and they put him on trial for war crimes. And
he committed them.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Well, they want to hold Jedi accountable, and this is their thing. Is like Jedi show up, two guys want to pull blasters at a bar. Jedi lops their arms off. Cops show up. They say, "I got to be somewhere else. You're welcome," and leave. Never give statements, are above the law. And the galactic view on Jedi, even though they're good people and doing the right thing, because of the Darksiders and the Grey Jedi, these bad apples, they want Jedi to be part of the system, not above it. And these new galactic laws are to hold Jedi accountable. And it's kind of an interesting thing. Matt once talked about a campaign where the Jedi were the bad guys. And it's like, well, it's beyond,
spoiler alert, they are.
What? Well, beyond trying to talk your parents out of a 5-year-old kid with special gifts, and we're going to take them to our monolithic temple. What if the public view are on about the way Jedi are doing their thing?
Oh, right.
And yeah.
He's coming at us from the back of a Huey helicopter today.
It's the cicadas. I don't know if you've heard. The cicadas have all landed in Ryan's living room.
There we go. Okay.
Man, that
I gotta say that never gets old
now. Such an old reference.
To help Ryan feel as a valuable team member, because his new job and the fact that I've not put him in any of our new shows may get the guy a little down. I made him our brand new trailer on our YouTube page. First thing you say, you are now the brand, Ryan. First thing, as he starts talking about his Terminator flower box Sasha that makes cocking noises for no good reason, and how he endorses violence. That's the trailer going forward. Just so everybody knows.
I have taken up new position under RAL. I am no longer enforcer. I am now HR.
So,
Head of HR. Head of HR.
I would like to bring up my problem with a hostile work environment. I feel like I'm like treated like property, and
I don't think the droid's rights movement is.
I'm being repressed.
Has the droid planet come into fruition?
We will bring more violence to this workplace than any other workplace in all the systems. We will not be second to anyone. If you will not repress, don't worry. We will get to you eventually.
You know, unless you can get a prosthetic leg, I don't think your argument has a leg to stand on. You got to be at least half cyborg there, Merrick.
Management leads by fear. You get promotions. It's battle arena time. I like it.
There you go.
It's a good business model.
So when last we left our party, you guys were snug as a bug in a rug. Evening was breaking. You guys were turning Resh off on your comm and letting him suffer his fate because you have the information. And you guys were talking about going to a construction site. You're talking about going to the Outlander Club and tracking Lieutenant Doss. And I think there was one vote for conscience from our Jedi, who knows that if he wants those big, shiny, light side powers at 20th level, he's got to stay the path.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's got Rahal's vote to clean up the mess that he left too. In fact, so Rahal will even help him if he so requests it.
It's like getting access to the wish bell. You're going to get about 3 seconds, and then he's going to twist it.
Oh, I'm well aware. The first thing I would do is actually try to reach out via comms to the bounty hunter.
The bounty hunter or the Celestin? Oh, because the Celestin already called us. So
yeah, the Celestin called us. My assumption is it's the bounty hunter guy again, so I'm going to attempt to...
Stolas or Solus or whatever his name is. Solus.
Without knowing context, you call a bounty hunter and a buzzer goes off on Merrick's ship.
I like soulless, as in no soul. What a great name for a bounty hunter. There's somebody's next character right there, man.
Or soulless.
Soulless.
Like a safe place to be. Little double entendre there. Surprise, I got you.
So
spelled SOLASS.
Soul. SOULASS.
Before Skeel makes
what
that
is the
call,
female character? The soul lass?
all week long, ladies and gentlemen, our chat is quiet. Get these guys in a room for like 2 minutes. It's like, let's play. No. Let's discuss new character names. Before Aiden can make this call, before Skeel makes this call, okay, I'm even going to say that when he had the bounty hunter as Mercy, he got his comlink coordinates and, tracking device, suppository, and anything else he wants. Because a patron reached out recently. And remember how I was talking about luck and unluck? He went, no. I don't want luck for them. I want my patron to be used to mess with the party. Okay. Going back to Explosion's request of that, do you remember how you guys found out that after your ship was impounded, there was some interest that with the ISB connected to your ship, they were interested in why it has a cloaking device. Yeah, you got permits. You're allowed to land here, despite, and it's only being held for some minor infractions and stuff. But now you guys may have the ISB sniffing around for some answers, assuming that maybe you guys are ISB agents. Like they would double check, right?
Sounds like a job for Commander Machismo.
That's right. Let's see if you can get out of this. But before you Machismo, before we go after Resh, because of that change of fate, I will be nice and say, Aiden, you've got his comm number, and you reach out to our bounty hunter.
I mean, if we're going back that far and saying I got his comm number, can I just go back that far and say I used mind trick and tell him to go home and rethink your life?
Oh, you mean like after all the negotiations?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a roll.
He did rethink his life. It was pretty shallow. And he went back to murking.
He went back to being a bartender, listening to other people's problems. No, actually, he's a director of movies now because that's what I do. He makes holovids for the net.
That is a 29. I'm going to use a force point on it.
Oh, look at that. Bravo. I didn't even have to coax him.
32.
32.
It is probably going to be against will defense.
Yes. So why don't you, we've really glossed over you cheating and doing the 2-finger mind swipe, right? Would you mind actually calling up that power and seeing how, because I think it's one of those 15, 20, 25s where the bigger the hit, the longer the implant. It's not? You can't implant like a big suggestion that lasts?
You can. So I'll kind of read through the entirety of it. You use the force to alter a target's perceptions or plant a suggestion in its mind. Mind affecting, standard action. One creature with intelligence score of 3 or higher that is both within 12 squares and line of sight. Make you use the force check. If you equal or exceed target's will defense, you may choose one of the following. Create a fleeting hallucination that distracts your target and enables you to use stealth even if they're aware of you. You perform a feint, so the next attack you make against the target ignores dexterity bonus to reflex. You make an otherwise unpalatable suggestion seem completely reasonable to the target. You must be able to communicate with the target, and the suggestion can't obviously threaten the target's life. The target won't realize later that what they did is unacceptable. 4, you fill the target with terror, causing it to flee from you at top speed for 1 minute. The affected creature stops fleeing if it is wounded. The effect is negated if the target's level is equal to or higher than your character level. It's a fear effect. And then special, you can, if you're making a suggestion, you can spend a force point to improve their attitude by 1 step. Plus 1 additional step for every 5 points by which you use the force check exceeds the target's will defense. It's a complex.
That was the memory scratching at the back, the 555, because I knew there was something in there, but it's for diplomacy.
I didn't even realize that.
Okay. So with a willpower of 23, thank you for the free force point.
Yep.
And he takes some time off, but the call remains. Resh still, there's an entire bounty hunter guild and a crap ton of bounty hunters that come and go from Coruscant, a major hub city world, right? There's 10,000 credits on this dude. And when Sisla resurfaces, is seeing that he failed and then buggers off on some mini vacation, the next in line bounty hunters track dude down.
We left him with the impression that he was dead. He just decided to go back and check because he wanted to grab the body. So I guess somebody else could have gone after a body there, because we left it ambiguous with him, and it was just that he had been there, explicitly there, that he had stayed.
Yeah, even if someone came up to him and said, dude, what happened? He's dead. So the bounty's closed? No, I never got the body. Oh.
Right. There is no
excuse
body.
me. I'm picturing there's no body, so he's still alive? Don't confuse me. Sisla's in a Hawaiian shirt with 2 hover bags on a repulsor lift sled. He's at the he's at the ship port. You guys are in that case, I'm not going to take back what I said, but that would buy Resh time. This wouldn't turn over. Like I said, if it's out of Sisla's hands, then you wouldn't get that call immediately. And Skeel can now join the party guilty-free. So I would have to delay Resh's call of going, they're on to me. He's still snung his bug on a rug. Sisla goes on vacation. But that bounty is still up and running, or somebody might look into it, after a couple of days or whatever time goes by. People might kind of go, huh? What happened to the, you know what I mean? So things are left on a shelf. So now, with Dr. left at the hotel room, Arthur drops you guys at the Outlander Club. And I'm going to bring up a very, very cool map. The Outlander, as stated before, is the very same cantina that was used in Clone Wars Episode 2, where Obi-Wan and Anakin had tracked the shapeshifter there.
Oh, where he did the death stick scene?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys are in that place. Oh, sorry, you're outside. With R4 landing the airspeeder just outside down the street, down the bottom of the map, down the bottom right, shall we say. I put it on the map, but I don't know why you can't see it. You see my speeder? Hello, see, there's your speeder.
Oh.
So what was the rumor about this place? Oh, it was one of the hangout spots for...
No, he doesn't hang out here. He's doing some kind of investigation, and so DOS pulls you're interfering with an official ISB business and shut down the holovid news people that got a picture of him in front of it, claiming that they were, they were encroaching on investigation, and he had the entire newsvid company shut down with the power of the ISB.
Oh, that's right.
So, chasing down our only lead, you guys looked into a little bit of Spire, and the ISB are all over that. And if you guys want to have access, because you all know the joys of those little pens they keep in their pocket, their code cylinders, right? You need to find somebody that may have access. Because the rapid response teams, Dr. Leth has been looking into how fast an airspeeder can show up and drop a dozen dudes in your lap anywhere on the planet is ridiculously fast. You guys don't want to be crawling up halfway inside of a building with no access kind of thing.
It's raining men. Hallelujah. It's raining men.
But to go full max tag here.
Hey, if they can gender
speed of an airborne trooper carrier.
If they can gender swap Adventure Time, why not gender swap this podcast if you guys play? The ladies of yourselves. No? Also, I wouldn't make you play the female version. I'd make the guy next to you play your character as a female character. Just for funsies. Okay. So, as you guys approach, you can hear the music spilling out through the main doors. Thank you, but I do have it covered.
just as a heads up, when we were back at the room, I would have given TLXS back my lightsabers.
And they're back where they belong.
Yes.
In your little secret compartment. In your chest.
Right. And I'm probably not carrying my rifle to the bar.
But why?
Open carrying the rifle.
Okay, so when people look at you, TLXS, what do they see? Just an unarmed multi-appendage droid?
I do have a
stun baton.
I have a stun baton at my waist. I do have a heavy blaster pistol on me, but it's concealed. It's in my central compartment.
So we know Reiku, the man of many arms and many talents, doesn't need a gun.
Nope.
Our young Jedi has his signature weapon stored in our droid.
Yep.
And
a stun baton on the hip.
Okay. If anyone has a concealed holdout blaster, it's got to be Rahal.
It's a concealed heavy blaster pistol.
What is it? Is it a holdout or?
It's a heavy blaster pistol.
Okay. So have you got it like a cop holster where it's just like under your coat?
He's trying to he's using the same hidden holster for his holdout blaster, so it's just kind of like sticking out like it's lumpy.
But no, you want to know what? I don't actually have the. I'll leave it in the car, the heavy blaster pistol.
Okay.
But I will bring my tool bag in with me.
This is a great opportunity to hawk your wares.
Do you have any guns on you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay. And the businessman. Cardboard box around Sasha. Pinstripe
Of
suit.
course.
Muscle bound.
I need my suit. I need briefcase to do business with.
Okay. So you guys get to the front door. And of course, the security here at the Outlander, they want you to leave your luggage in the check room. So they don't want your briefcase in there.
What about my business papers?
I am not luggage, I say to them indignantly when they sort of glance in my direction.
He is a valuable member of this entourage.
Okay. They want you to open the box.
The baggage check area, is it like a closed room, like behind closed doors, or is it just like a little alcove coat check kind of deal?
It's like when you step in the room, the whole bar opens up behind you. So you're in public view of people that are kind of ignoring you because you're in an alcove.
Yeah, no, where the coat check is.
Yeah, like you step through this door. I haven't really squeezed everybody in there yet, but as you guys come through the door, there are bouncers here, and they look you guys over and they pat you down. And if they find any bumps, they want to know what they are. If they find a big enough bump, they want to know what time you get off work. But other than that, you guys bring in a tool bag. They're like, "What's this?" You bring in a cardboard box around a rifle. They're like, "What's that?"
Yeah. So again, I'm going to ask: is the coat check or the bag check area visible? Yeah. Or is it like, okay? So then I will check my bag.
Okay. So they take your bag,
and I will indicate to Merrick to do the same.
I place on the table.
10 credits. Here's your little chip.
Yep.
Take 10 credits off your character sheets, boys. Document. Sure. Guy just takes the box. doesn't even open it. If you just do the coat check thing, going here, look after this, they're like, sure. He just takes it blindly and just puts it in a little shelf. Gives you the key for your little, your chit. Takes 10 credits off of Merrick. Takes 10 credits off of Rahal. Please take those off. Next we have the droid.
Greetings.
All right. They look him over. They don't refuse to serve you, and they don't you don't have any visible weapons. But then there's the stun baton, and they're like, no weapons, none at all. This is
I'll drop it on the ground.
This is the type of establishment where drinks and spirits run high. We don't want anybody reaching for anything.
Oh, so no one has weapons in there. Excellent.
I never said that. He just wants yours.
You can see the red circles as well as I can.
I'll hand it to him.
Okay. Can I have a galactic lore and a perception from any and all? All
27 galactic lore and a perception of 30.
SDX.
My galactic lore was an 11. My perception is a 19.
Okay. Jordu.
Galactic lore of 7 and a perception of 26.
Okay. And Derek. I expected to really change your name. What'd you get for perception and
17 perception, 21 galactic lore.
okay. So between the lot of you guys, whoever's getting spoken to, there's like 4 of you guys all crowded around. You could probably whisper to each other. Those with high perceptions, this guy doesn't look completely on the up and up. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't look like the type of guy that's above taking a bribe, would cause a fuss if you guys paid well. Okay? Galactic lore, Rahal, you could smuggle in a baton, a holdout blaster. Sure. But not Sasha. You know what I mean? That would get if somebody pulled Sasha, he'd get fired. You know, and criminal charges would be leveled against the Outlander, right? Oh, he pulled a tiny little holdout blaster out of his compartment, but he's organic. Well, I don't know where he kept it. I don't pay me. You know what I mean? Like, if you can have plausible denial, hold up blaster, baton, and take a bribe for it. But you guys can't walk in here with like heavy weapons and rifles and shit.
I don't carry any money on me ever, so I wouldn't be able to bribe somebody myself for that anyway. So.
Okay. Anyway, this all runs through your brains while you guys see the droid handing over the baton, and the guy glances at you guys, the owners, and almost looks disappointed that, you know, the droid complied so quickly and you guys are being so placid.
Hey,
what do you do?
Just here for a drink.
Okay.
Find the closest table to the check area and order us some drinks.
Okay. As we walk in,
Nice tall glasses of blue milk for everyone.
leaving the neon-framed entrance of the glitzy Outlander Club behind you, you enter a huge, multi-story circular room, packed every table with beings from across the galaxy. Clearly, the Empire's anti-alien leanings haven't harmed business here, at least not yet. A large circular bar in the center of the room offers just about any drink you can think of. Huge view screens at the perimeter walls show racing and sporting events of dubious legality, and signs indicating that gambling halls and other entertainments are available on the balcony levels above you. 5 circular turbolifts adjacent and 1-person lifts in clear tubes give access to the other floors. The place is well lit, even though it's in the evening. It is loud, it is crowded, and quite lively. Rahal leads the charge into the cantina. Or I should say club.
Star Wars. They're all cantinas.
Closest table would be this one up here. So hanging immediate right and being barely 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 squares from the entrance. Reiku, what do you want to do?
I will follow.
Okay.
Same.
Merrick, you guys all shuffle to Raw Hall?
Is there
Every
a
day
band?
we're shuffling.
What was that, Jedi?
Is there a band in here? Or is there just
No,
like a
it's
DJ?
it's pump music through, like, you know,
Okay.
it's the sound is ambient everywhere. And can be heard by our fans and listeners on the stream, but not not live.
Not the players.
Not the players.
Is it a competent DJ or is it Muzak?
It's music.
It's good stuff. It's Tabletop Audio's Alien Club sample. Thank you very much. It's good stuff. So stop trying to
it's
boots and
very
cats
high
Frank my
quality.
way through this, Joe.
It's the Darude.
Yeah, Darude.
Also,
Okay, you guys get yourselves a drink. You get comfy. You start looking around over each other's shoulder. Can I have a slew of perception checks once more, please?
Gamma says it's Chumbawamba.
I get knocked down. 26 perception.
18
No,
perception.
that's with 26. You dodged the guy that tried to knock you down, Matt.
Nice.
26 and 17 and, sorry, Aiden?
18.
18 and
8.
Riku?
24.
There. Okay.
Woo! Let's get drunk.
Those of you above 15 realize by the slant of certain people, the way the waiting staff go around, they have subtle indicators, pins, cultural little signias, like things on their person that if you're in the know, which those of you that are 15 above with perception, that you could ask them about a variety of legal and illegal entertainment that is available here at the Outlander. But in your current position and your initial sweep, you guys do not see anyone that matches the photograph of DOS that Dr. Leth, who is now resting peacefully and insisting he needs his medical beauty sleep back at our hotel, provided with you guys. What do you do?
I survey everyone around us for potential threats to the party and evaluating anybody who appears to be armed with anything more than a stun baton or something.
Okay. Unfortunately, because the place is circular with so many circular interjected turbo lefts, tables, and then there's stairs raising and lowering the floor level, your cursory glance is like 12 squares from the party. It does not at all encompass the room and the possible dangers. I flash back to Dr. Leth where he told XLS, I want you to guard everybody as if they were me. Let this be a test. Well, except for the guy with the forearms. He can look after himself. Okay. Except Derek, because that's a stupid name and I don't like him. And the Jedi can take... Okay. Guard Rahal as if he were me. Those are less orders.
As if he held my credit book.
Yeah, because he owes him money. That's the only reason.
Well, that will be my ongoing...
Sorry,
just that will be my ongoing thing. So I realize I don't have a great deal, and it won't be a casual. That is my single focus at the moment while I'm listening.
I will give you +5 to all your perception checks if that is your focus until something triggers you. Okay.
Yep.
And the rest of you are having drinks.
Having drinks, enjoying the vibe.
Putting out the vibe.
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of putting out the vibe, there's subtle levels in the Force without broadcasting or doing something where you're just, cannonballing into that lake that we say is the dark pool of Force there, Skeel. Yes. Do you feel like you want to reach, like just not necessarily reach out, but you can listen to the Force? Yeah. Are you in any immediate danger, or you could reach out?
Yeah, I'll put my ear to the water, so to speak.
Okay.
It's moist.
It is moist with a 28.
Sounds very wet.
You don't tempt me, Messina. I don't want to go there, buddy. I'm trying to play a serious game with my Jedi here. 28. You do not believe that you are in any immediate danger. Your biggest fears are quelled. You are in a bar mixed with other aliens. If anything, your grip on paranoia Force alert relaxes because you are blended in with so many different cultural aliens that although Force user seeking Force user, everything would be black and white except yourself, another Force user. But as far as all the other many dangers in the galaxy, everyone's interested in having a good time, blowing off steam, forgetting about what happens outside these walls as the Empire leans an anti-alien sentiment across the planet. Tonight, they want to gamble, live it up, do some legal and some illegal shit right under the Empire's nose, and have a good time. Because it's early. Later on... a bunch of stinkingly drunk aliens, you better watch yourself and you get all that crap, right? I will say that you are approached for whatever reason. He just picks you out of a crowd. A human youth, maybe shy of 30, 24 years, 24 cycles tops. Short brown hair, big eyes, not attractive, just comes up to you and says, "Big night, eh?" Smiling. Opens up his coat. Want to buy a breath mint? He rethought his life. You know, that stuff they give in the refresher, you know, men or women's, the colognes and everything. I got cologne way better than the stuff you'll find in the refresher. I got prophylactics. I got breath mints. I got everything you need for your big night, fellas. What do you say? Showing himself off to the rest of you.
I think we're good here. But thanks.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He skulks off. I knew this cameo ruined my acting career after The Matrix, and he stomps out. Sorry, I've been saving that. Okay, so with our droid on high alert.
Is there a place that I could go to that would give me a good vantage point to do a more detailed look about?
Yeah, actually, if you go up a level, because it's a balcony, you could go up, hug the rail, and circle the balcony and look down at everybody without necessarily being seen unless somebody's looking up. You know what I mean?
That sounds like such a Rahal thing to do.
You jump on the old turbo lift we got right here, or the glass tube, so everyone can you can show off your pinstripes, right? Boop. Okay. So we'll put a little indicator on Rahal. What do we got here?
And I'll head up and read the room.
Dice up. There's some brand new symbols on Roll20. Look at this. I never noticed these.
We're making improvements.
Gun
These
up,
are all
gun down. Shields up.
Yeah, I'd like to join him if that's all right. If that doesn't offend Derek.
Sure.
No, it's okay.
Okay. So you guys go topside. What are the rest of you guys going to do? Do you guys tell the party what you're doing, right?
Yep.
Or you just wander off. Okay. So Rahal claims he wants to.
I'm going to head upstairs and get a bit of vantage point on this. See if I can pick anyone out of the crowd. I'll relay anything I see back down to you guys.
And I'm doing military tactics and perception. That's the only, that's my way of interpreting exactly the same experience.
Okay. It's too bad there's no tower, because if you roll low and roll high, I see a bit of a conundrum here. What are you guys doing down here on the main?
Just chilling and looking.
Yeah,
just chilling. Just
vibing to music.
Keep an eye out and wait. Okay.
I really like this music. It's soothing.
It's not bad.
He's just got the one leg and the head bopping to the one side, going ding, 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 ding. Doesn't even know he's doing it. Nice. Your pinstripes are twitching there, Derek. All right. Scene comes suddenly to the upper balcony. There are several floors, but I'm assuming since you want to view this floor, you're just going to balcony 2? Or first one up, right? Yeah. Okay. The tube opens and emerges a man. Are you wearing your armor? You're pinstripe suit today, right?
Pinstripe suit.
Okay. Well, you do have an obvious bodyguard lurking,
For sure.
Every time you get near people, he steps in front of you and holds out a tiny little arm until somebody passes, then he lets you go. One of those, just as if you were left, right?
I know that
he stands there and the little tiny arm shoots out, right? Stop.
I know that's the joke, but that's not how I do it.
So we think it's tiny arms that he has control of, but one of these days a battle droid's head is going to pop out. Try to say something, he's going to shove it back in.
Or no, the little arm's going to grab little extender grabby arms.
It's like droid aliens.
Those little clampy T-Rex heads.
A droid comes spitting out of my stomach chamber.
You know how the compartment actually has like a back wall, so you can reach in and like touch the back wall to make sure like the mailbox is empty?
Yeah. That
wall flaps down, and there's actually a dude in controls like riding him around like he's been piloted this whole time. Nina! All right. So, perception from our paranoid droid at +5, and Rahal, you just giving everybody the once over?
Yeah, is there like a skill I can apply to like read the room?
Use the force.
Sensing
don't wanna
motive
use
is
the
still
force.
perception. Unless you've got a talent that like specifically is applied in situations of reading room that jacks your perception, it's raw perception.
Okay, I don't know.
Now,
I think that's probably the route I'll go then.
if you give me something you're looking for, you could give me a galactic lore and I might be able to refudge that into a bonus to your perception. Like, I am looking for people in pinstripes.
What about knowledge, social sciences, to be able to pick out the important people by how they're being treated by staff and others around them?
Okay.
Looking for persons of interest, I guess.
Okay. Well, I would still... Yeah, okay.
And mine is a tactics, so knowledge tactics if...
Sure. Missed your chance, Derek.
26 on knowledge tactics.
Okay.
Only a 15 on my perception, but...
Okay. So you
I
guys...
got 17 on perception and 20 on social sciences.
All right. You guys come around the room here. Let me just check my... Where are we here? Da, 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 da. You see this, you see that. Come around. Okay, so your focus is you're tight to the rail and you're looking everybody. You're getting the bird's eye view on people down there. Rahal?
Yeah.
And TLXS is watching people up here so you don't bump into anyone or anyone starts taking note, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So starting with Rahal, when you come around, where are you here? You come around here to this edge and you spot a gentleman down here in the bottom left corner that looks like he's human. He's wearing civilian clothes, but they're nice. And they're not ISB colors, but they are your sort of drab whites and grays that somebody that likes the uniform would wear. And he fits the description that might be DOS. Got the right, Chaz look to him. Like you remember in the photo, and it's like, that could be him.
So I'll relay that to everybody on the comms.
Okay.
I think I might have found him. Not 100% sure. But that fellow in the southwest most table in here. Up on that little podium back there. Is that Dawes? Can you get a good look at him?
He's ordering you guys to the far side of the bar where you guys do not have line of sight.
On that, boss. Up.
What about this man with the luxurious hair to our southwest?
This guy?
Has very nice hair.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No, but I'll tell you something with your... Did you already put 5 in your perception of 15, or is it actually 20 now?
Yeah, that was actually with 5 in it. I rolled a 3, so...
Oh, okay. That's like...
still pretty good for...
You're really distracted by dude's hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone on this level seems absorbed in not in socializing, but they're in tight little groups and they're gambling, or they're, you know what I mean? Like, this is the more entertainment where they're not looking around and schmoozing and watching and being interested in other people prevents like stalking, right? Danger. People up on this level are mostly keeping themselves, playing their cards, drinking their drink. They don't really care about you guys wandering around, right? So he's ordering you guys to check out D.O.D Cross. You guys want to head over there, split up, or do you want to do it?
We head over. Oh, I head over.
I'll stay here for now.
I will head over, but the long way.
Okay. One of these scenarios. Let me just fade this out here.
Yeah, where
Force.
Merrick goes right, I go left. It's a round building.
Yes. So coming around the edge of the turbo lift, each of you, there's a turbo lift that once you step around it, you're kind of in position, have a good eyeball on this guy. Can I have perception checks from the two of you now that you're both 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 10 within 10 squares?
Sure.
Yes. 13.
I've got light sources on you guys. As you focus your gaze, what else can I do, right?
It's kind of fun.
24.
24. And sorry, Derek got
13.
sorry, Ryan. It's just not your night, buddy.
It's
24.
perception.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I look at him through? If I could look at him through a crosshair, it'd be completely different.
You could make an imaginary crosshair with your fingers.
Nah, it's not the same. I know the difference. I know. I can't lie to myself like that.
Come on. Cup your hand in the other hand with a pointy finger and look at past your thumb and down your index finger.
If I could
And
use
watch
a
the
laser
security
pointer.
react. Why is that guy chirping his keys at me? One of those. Reiku, you notice that there are 2 people already watching your guy at close tables. There's one, as you sort of line up Merrick and give him the nod, that just over his shoulder, 2, 3 squares behind him, you see that he's not only taking note of Merrick, watching him go by, but he shifts his position to turn, stay at his table, and just sort of lean on one arm and watch Merrick, and he's watching your guy. You also notice that your guy seems pretty absorbed in 3 different view screens, like he's following the gambling. He's watching swoop races, and he's gambling on his data pad. He's doing his own, what's the sports app that we use called? It's not Blue Note, it's
sports team.
Sports team? Is that? Yeah.
Like, let's ask a bunch of nerds about sports. Let's do that, okay? I'm sure it's something bet.com.
FanDuel. I know of FanDuel, which is a betting app.
DraftKings.
Now that it is legal to gamble all over the place on everything, it's sort of taking over.
Brought to you by your government.
Our new patron is FanDuel. If you'd like to support the show, please hit us up.
Yeah. Because every sports fan knows about Star Wars on the imaginary.
As we've just proven this.
Oh, man, there's so many crazy things that they could be betting on in the Star Wars universe.
Fantasy nerd ball. Yeah. Okay. So you spot 2 guys that have sort of marked your guy there, Reiku.
Okay.
And you notice that he's completely absorbed in his betting and not taking much point to his surroundings. So what are these guys they've labeled him as a mark because he's winning or losing? You're not sure. Or something else is going down here. Not completely sure. But if Merrick has caught on to this, he's acting oblivious. Derek's a real professional. He'd never let on, did he?
Yeah.
Not to you, not to anyone, not even to himself.
I
meanwhile,
will just. Oh, meanwhile.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I will just, quietly. Thus, you can't do it that quietly over comms because of loud music and crap. I'll just relay that to my wingman, Merrick.
Okay.
Dirty to the left.
Yeah, that's a guy on your 6. And there's someone. So just to ping these guys for you, okay? This guy here. Where are we here? Oh, sorry. This guy down here. Where are we? You know what? These guys move.
The guy with the red circle around them.
I will say the blue cap guy is actually a winged guard from Bespin that's being reused here. Although maybe he's from Bespin. Maybe so.
Well, I see Greedo's cloned himself quite successfully.
I've
So-
used some of
That's
these
racist. You just think they all look the same, eh?
They all
all
look the same.
Vespenites look the same.
Sorry. So as you pass and come around the turbo lift, a guy conveniently decides to change tables. He puts his back to you. He's got to like look over his shoulder to you. But the fact that he's much closer to your mark is a little disturbing. And you notice that a woman sort of, as Merrick passes by, right, gets up from her table and decides to stand at it with her drink as opposed to sit on the little stool and starts eyeballing the back of Merrick.
Who wouldn't?
So this guy here and this woman behind Merrick.
You can tell by the way he walks the door. He's a woman's man. No doubt of it. Stand alive. Stand alive. Stand alive. Yeah.
That's his default move ever since that last encounter where he was going across the bridge. Keep Derek busy. He just goes back into his Muzak mode. Meanwhile, back at the Jedi table.
swagger.
Meanwhile, back at the Jedi table.
Yes.
You left all alone with your thoughts.
Yep. Just pondering, keeping an eye out.
You're feeling better than you did in the underworld. You're not claustrophobic when it comes to people. This place is packed in. It's loud. You're in contained walls that are barely 3 squares away from you, and you're fine.
Yeah.
You feel much better than you did down there in the warehouse, deep underground.
Get a
And
slight shiver running through my spine. I'll fist the drink slightly harder and take a drink.
Yes, counter the force sensitivity with alcohol. I like the sound of that.
Oh, I never said it was an alcoholic drink. I just said a drink. I only drink water. Or non-alcoholic beverages.
Well, you don't have water. You have blue milk.
They
Okay,
have
blue
sparkling water and blue
We're
milk.
drinking
That's all they
tonight,
serve.
boys.
Yeah, they don't have water in the Star Wars universe. It's all blue or green milk.
Yeah, fermented bantha blue milk. So you drink enough of it. It's nice, sweet tasting milk. It's hits you later, right? So everyone checks in on comms. You guys are all positioned around the bar. You got your bird's eye view. You got our droid watching our point guy up top. We've got Reiku telling you that there's more pieces on the board, as it were. And long, dull moments go by as this guy makes bets. 2 people watch him. You guys watch the people watching the watcher. Jedi enjoys his non-alcoholic beverage all by himself. And upstairs, Rahal.
Yeah.
Enough time goes by, I'll get perceptions from you guys once more, unless you want to change your tactics. Does anybody want to approach Ardos? Or just, you want me to hand wave a couple hours and see if anyone
20
comes and meets him? Or,
26 perception, and I'm going to get on comms.
Okay.
And be
29
like, Skill,
perception.
how do you want to play this? I think that's our guy.
Okay.
We're gonna get seen talking to them, though. So we have to know. We have to know that we're on camera. Know that we're being watched.
I know SDX hit a mark, but because of your focus SDX, you might misinterpret what I'm about to tell you. So, Rahal, would you like to use a force point to bring your perception up?
Okay.
And this is not a... We have a different player that would get it.
6 for a total of 32.
Okay. We'll start with XDX. There is a guy up here on this level, one of the few people that seem to be doing what you're doing. Hanging out, trying to look inconspicuous. But not really he's got his drink, he's leaning on, he's people watching. Everyone up here is doing something except for a couple people that are wandering around waiting staff. And this guy, maybe he's waiting to meet somebody. Not so unusual. What's unusual about this guy is he's human, indoors, wearing a breath mask, has a hat, and his hood pulled up. And he's trying to look as small as possible. And when you guys came over, first it looked like he cowered away, like he didn't want any trouble. but now he moves from his position a little bit further away from you and peers down at, the proceedings underneath us with his head turned away, which also, Rahal, is conveniently like, this guy might be watching your guy.
I'll get on the comms and subtly say, yeah, I think we got another mock up here, too.
I will mark the guys on the second level with blue dots, so you guys can distinguish our party and Mr. Blue Dot Mask. Okay, and everybody else that's on the board here is on the lower level. If that helps. He's not acting aggressive. He's not acting threatening, SDX, but he is acting suspicious. What do you guys want to do? Now that Rahal has added another piece to our mini chessboard, I will also say...
Charge him and kill him.
Get him! You reach for a stun baton that's not there.
Let's get him.
I have a mark for him.
It's time to throw down.
So you were saying, Jeff?
Rahal, something about a human that's the same build, same hair color, trying to completely cover himself up, and he's watching your mark, and he's the same build, age, and human complexion as your mark.
Interesting.
Now he wears the overalls and coat, like he's dressed up like a guy who got off work, blue collar worker kind of thing. But, those guys don't get out of their overhauls, but they certainly shed their gear. They get their hat off, they take their goggles off, they take their mask off. This guy's walking around with his mask in place, breathing through it. What kind of person that comes to a place to relax doesn't relax when he gets here?
Doesn't want a contact high.
Doesn't want to be recognized.
Do you guys want to see how this plays out, or start making your own moves? Anyone?
I'm waiting to hear what our fearless Jedi leader wants us to do.
What
milk,
does
milk,
Jiminy
milk, good for the
Cricket
body.
say?
Milk, 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 milk.
Look, I'm not the leader, all right? I'm our moral compass. There's a difference.
He's not Pinocchio, guys.
I don't know. Last time I checked, my moral compass doesn't tell me to do nothing.
Clearly. Repeatedly.
It's kind of like a pirate compass that points at the thing he wants lately or most desires.
Yeah, in the moment.
What do you desire?
What we could do is have Derek and Jordu move a bit closer and see what and start talking to who he thinks are marked casually and watch the other guy, see his response.
You want to let them do the talking.
Right. So we have instituted the multi-level marketing approach of your program, where now Derek can try to recruit new people into your MLM program and also sell your products for you. It's all about bringing people in on the ground floor, and I'd love to hear the businessman's approach. You gave him the speech, right? You gave him the sales pitch, right?
Just stick to the cue cards, man. Don't ad-lib.
Two hugely muscled guys approach and they don't talk about weight loss. Come on.
In a pinstripe suit.
No, we do. I give him the full Tony Robbins. You want change in your life? You need to be change.
Should we have that as Derek, or does Derek suddenly change his accent? And you guys are like, "Wow, that was." He can speak normally.
You stick to the cards, man. It's what's on the cards.
Yeah, the guy with 4 arms, Reiko, who's holding up huge cue cards for Derek to read off of on the other side of it.
But
Not suspicious at
gets
all.
them mixed up.
But seriously, what do you guys want to do?
I could go approach and talk about business. ask if
I
he
think
wants
that's
to be.
actually our safest play, and watch how everybody else reacts to that.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, Derek, you're on.
What-
You walk right up
excellent.
to his table.
yeah.
Right? You
Yes.
walk. Okay. And he
Seems-
glances at you and just looks away. It's a public bar, and you're kind of on the inside table, so he just figures maybe you just want to use the table and look at the the public view screen. So he just ignores you, goes back to his gambling.
That's it for me. Order a drink. Does he have
Okay.
a drink?
Yeah, it's sitting there kind of untouched. He seems absorbed in his data pad, but
Okay. I order 2 of my drinks.
okay,
2 tall Russians.
okay.
That's blue milk and space vodka.
Can you mix vodka and milk? I know vodka and orange juice go together.
Yes, you
Vodka
can.
and Gungan juice, vodka and milk.
You can
What is
mix
that?
vodka with everything.
It's
You
called
get
a
far enough
web
down the
version.
pipeline.
There's going, and then there's going well without yakking up your bantha milk. So I'm just curious.
It's
Anyway,
really-
Kahlua milk's
yeah.
good. Sorry, Derek.
Yes.
Okay, so you wait for your drinks. They come.
Yes.
Okay.
Slide one over to him.
Okay.
For you, friend.
He looks at you, looks down at it. He makes that face like you've put galactic ecstasy in his drink, and smiles and puts his hand up, and he says, "I'm not here to drink."
Where I come from, it's customary to share a drink with new friend or business opportunity friend.
I'm not your friend, and I'm not interested in anything you're selling. Sorry. I'm conducting
Oh.
my own business. And he holds up his data pad and points at the gambling.
Oh, you like to play in small leagues. Sorry, I thought you were big business.
He turns and gives you a moment of looking you completely up and down. And you are? Suddenly inside Merrick's head, I'm Merrick. No, I'm Derek. No, I'm Merrick. No, he's Derek.
Where's he gonna go with
I
this?
melted
Help
him.
me. He's
Asked him his name, and I just melted Ryan. Sorry.
No, you froze.
Yeah,
we didn't hear. Yeah, we never heard you ask any questions, and it looks like we're. Yeah, no.
Okay. I said, he turns to you, gives you a big look up and down for a moment, taking you all in, and says, "And you are?"
I am Derek.
Okay.
James Derek.
And
I should really cue in that Bond music for the button. Every time you get some good spy moves.
it's
Yeah,
Derek.
exactly. Like, yeah. Just the GoldenEye, 8-bit, 16-bit terrible wash of the original music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll dig that up and put that in for Ryan when we're editing.
For Derek.
For Derek. Double D7 Derek.
I am Derek.
Good for you.
are
Lieutenant Doss.
Doss.
Yeah. And if you don't mind,
Windows.
Business.
he looks over your shoulder, whoever said that. Goes back, what?
Business.
That was a good joke, so I can let him have it. What?
Business, you said. You are
Yeah,
interested. You like credits. But more than this.
Hey, I'm in a public place doing some legal gambling, friend. I'm not interested in any business with the syndicates, he says.
Oh, no. I don't deal with syndicates. I deal with acquisitions.
You're currently dealing with a lieutenant of the Imperial Bureau of Security, he says. And he flips his lapel over and shows you some shiny pin that means nothing to you, really.
Oh,
So if you have anything illegal to sell or say, since I'm not on the clock right now, I suggest you take it elsewhere, and I'll forget your face and ever having met you. And he pushes your drink back to you across the table.
That's fine, but I was never implying that I was going to talk about illegal activities. That says more on you than it does on me. And I push the drink back.
I make a decent wage working for the Galactic Empire, he says. He pushes it back at you. This is fun.
It's a decent wage, yes, but you'll never get ahead. You're in mud spinning tires. And you're gambling your decent wage on chances. What I like to offer is guarantees.
Well, that was good. I like that. You're gambling your wage. I like that a lot, Ryan. Okay, he looks at the screen. He looks at you. Doesn't say anything, but you seem to have his attention.
As I said, where I come from, you toast to new friends or new business opportunities.
And where exactly is that, he says, and he reaches behind his head and kind of scratches the back of his neck. Where exactly do you come from, friend?
The Outer Rim.
Uh-huh. Can I have perception from Mr. Reiku and the two guys upstairs? Not you, TLXS. You must keep us safe up here. Unless you want to change your focus to what's going on down there. People are getting awful close to your guy.
I got a 15.
Good job.
17 this time.
Remind me to plug in the Obi-Wan good job 17. Okay. You were saying, Derek?
I come from the Outer Rim.
System.
I wasn't born to a system. In between systems, on a starship.
Ah. You're a spacer brat, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I can relate. I'm from insert relevant canyon place here.
Where we're from isn't as relevant as where we're going. And I like to see people with potential go in good directions. People who have a good mind and good character. Pointing at his chest and his heart.
Okay. So are you going to cut to your pitch here, or
are you going
to keep talking until I drink? Fine. Can I have perception from you, Merrick, since you're close?
Sure. Beep boop boop. Ooh, 26.
He drapes his hand directly over the cup, covering it, lifts it up, and does a back wrist tilt towards his mouth. He does drink, but something goes in the drink at the very last moment, and he tries to cover it with his hand. Deceptively trying to put something to, possibly neutralize toxins, or put his own ecstasy in here, so I'm a little bit more susceptible to your conversation. Who knows?
Laugh. No, you will find nothing in that other than alcohol. But I like your moxie. So you've ever dealt with off-world mining corporations?
Mining corporations?
Resources.
And again, he seems confused as he scratches the back of his head. Perception check, Reiku. You want me to invest in a mine?
Not directly invest. I don't think you have the capital to become an investor of quantity that I would want to help actually move things forward. I think more so with your skill set and your personality, your assets, things that are hard to come by with money instead. Money, credits are easy to come by. Personnel of talent, however, that is much harder to come by.
Okay.
A perception of 24.
Okay. He's wired. You just catch a glimpse, but he's got some sort of mic and earpiece around, right? But he doesn't have an earpiece in, so he's not listening, but he has a mic on him so that anything he says and anyone near him talking can be heard by wherever that's transmitting. So to be less conspicuous, he doesn't have an earpiece in or whatever, but he keeps fiddling with the wire of his microphone, and he does the repeating, So you want me to invest in a mine, you say? Go on, that kind of thing.
So Jeff, when we switched angles up and we're sending him in, my focus is switched to watching the people who we've identified as watching him. I'm watching them watch him to see if they're reacting.
But who's watching the watchers? Who's watching all these people up here? Okay.
It's what we asked R4 to do.
That's okay. R4 left with the speeder.
Oh, no.
Or is he parked outside? Oh, no. You left? Doctor left alone with not even Arthur to protect him? Shame on your programming. We'll just move all these, people on the upper level right in behind TLXS, failing at your task. Just kidding. Okay. Reiku. So you see this. He's wired.
I will tell the team.
Okay.
And then continue to walk past them. Okay. Heading towards
Social sciences and knowledge tactics, people.
He said tactics.
He said it.
Said the thing.
32.
Oh, and look, Matt, I didn't ask Ryan for a deception roll. I just let him prattle on in roleplay. Because I didn't want the dice to blow the roll he was on.
I am really absorbed in this milk and music.
That is really good knowledge with a red 8, so I'm assuming you rolled a 1.
Correct.
No, he's like on his fifth bantha milk at this point.
It's okay.
I love this music, guys.
I got a 23 social sciences.
He's got some personal stuff going on. I've been messing with Aiden since last episode, so that explains his roles. Sorry, so
through PTSD.
There you go. Joe got 16. Jordu, tactics 18. Derek, tactics 13. Oh, your time to shine. You blew it again.
I ruled a 2.
I got a 32.
Skill 11. Social sciences 23 and tactics 32. Okay, you two up top.
Yep.
This is a sting operation, and he's a plant. So if that's DOS, the people that are watching him are either the targets, and there's, ISB going to run in here when he says his code safe word. You know what I mean? This guy is in the middle of a sting operation. You don't know who's with him or who's against him in said operation, but the guy is wired and he keeps regurgitating key words back at Derek, who's the only person to approach him.
Yeah. So I'm going to get on comms.
Should
I'm going to be like, Merrick, abort. Tell him you got the wrong guy. Get out of there. Let's see what's going down in this place. There is a game afoot.
Eric, you're this close to making the sale. You gonna let Rahul boss you around? He's perfectly safe up there with that stupid droid. You're doing your job protecting him. You're gonna lose the sale. Sorry, the persona of Derek has completely taken over Merrick. He's mine now.
But if I make the sale, I'll become the head businessman.
Merrick, what is your willpower?
It's the rule of 1.
What's your
There's always one in an apprentice.
Rahal's mad, but he's so proud.
what's your
will
what is your
will defense?
Your will defense is what?
22.
Okay, so if you were to take the base 10 off, it would be 12.
Correct.
I want you to roll a d20 and add 12 as the persona of Derek threatens to overwhelm Merrick in certain key situations starting now.
All right.
So basically, as long as you roll 9 or lower, Derek wins. You roll 10 or over.
Roll a
Merrick might
D20.
remain. Yeah.
Rolling a d20. 13.
And add 12. 'cause
That's
you're out of your
25.
will. Okay.
Yes.
It's all right. Derek is merely an illusion. Merrick is a great actor. You're fine.
Yeah.
I had my fun. Okay, go ahead. For today.
Just a second. I pull up my data pad, do a couple of swiping. That's
Okay.
done. Dos. I will be back shortly. I've had some business. I need to attend to a few small details.
Now, unlike me, you're wearing a comm link. You have an earpiece. So he makes a perception against you. So you hear a little tiny raw voice, get out! Screaming in your ear. It's looking at you.
With it.
Yeah, no, it's all right. -10, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just having my own fun here.
Oh, yeah.
Rolled like 7. No, it'd be more like if I see something in your ear, it would be sus, like some kind of electronic device that hooks to your ear, as opposed to actually hearing raw. You look at your data pad, and do you bail?
I will be back momentarily. I have to take care of some other business. Small business.
Okay.
But I will be back for
Okay.
our business.
A heavily custom
Enjoy the
armored
drink.
Merrick.
No armor.
A heavily armored Merrick appears on your left shoulder.
Oh,
Pinstripe suit Derek appears
Yeah.
on your right shoulder.
yeah.
Merrick convinces you to follow Hall's orders, and there'll be time for sales elsewhere, despite Derek's pitches and sale. There you go. A little armored Merrick
the
and a little
pinstripe Derek from one
Derek.
shoulder jumps over onto the other shoulder and starts feeding it to Merrick. And then they turn into the cartoon fight bubble of smoke and
You walk away.
But they also appear to be a little bit of BD 420s as well, because they're on the shoulder.
Actually, if those two are tied up,
They
just
both
Merrick
have
just
a
kind of go
BD.
blank.
They both
Yeah.
have a BD on their shoulders.
Shoulders. Yeah, but the one on Derek's shoulder is like all gold plated and ritzy looking. Like it got blings, got the chains
Also
on.
has a little pinstripe paint job.
yes.
And like
Yeah.
a grill, diamond encrusted.
That's what I'm talking about.
It has horizontal pinstripes as opposed to the vertical pinstripes.
Because they didn't want to look fat.
No.
Dream
No.
big, Merrick's Derek. Dream big. Yeah. All right. So you retreat.
I walk away muttering and just
Okay.
swiping up my data
Where do you
pad.
wanna go?
It's just walk over to a table that's like kind of
Like the next closest
available.
table?
Yeah, just walk over to that one. Excuse me, may I sit
Or
here
go to
for
the
a
bar.
moment?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
there is
yeah,
the
is that
bar.
the bar?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just go to the
yeah.
bar. Turn
Walk
your
over to
back
the
on
bar.
him, and there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
He watches.
And I start playing my
watches you.
Candy Crush.
Okay. Reiku, he's watching, right? Can I have a perception from TLXS, from Rahal, and from Reiku?
17.
Sure. 25.
30.
Okay. Only like this is so subtle. Okay. Reiku doesn't catch it from the side profile. TLX doesn't catch it because he has sensors. Okay. He doesn't tilt his head, but he looks up and you see his eyebrows raise and the bottom of his eyelids open to encompass his eyeball line of sight so he can glance up, and he looks straight up at you guys, or at least up along that rail for a moment. And then turns back to his gambling. As if he were checking in with someone or signaling someone up there. And then he goes right back to datapad, gambling, 3 view screens. You see the hand go out and he keeps drinking Merrick's drink slowly, but other than that, Ryan's making fist bumps.
And for those only for Merrick's view, the Derek starts yelling at the Merrick on his shoulder, pointing back.
Yeah, they stop fighting for a second and you see. They hug. Merrick can't stay mad at Derek because Derek's Merrick and Merrick's Derek. So, they hug, they work it out, they go back to their shoulders.
And a Merrick divided cannot stand.
That's right. So now what do you guys want to do?
Sit and wait and watch to see if anybody else approaches this guy.
Okay.
Make my way back to the Jedi.
Yeah. Time goes by. Reiku retreats to the Jedi.
Time keeps slipping away.
Skeel's sitting there just lifting ice cubes out of his blue milk and dropping them back in, watching them ripple on the pond, which may or may not be a metaphorical. And we'll see you all next time.
Keep forcing myself up because the emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Keep forcing myself going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel because the emperor ruined it for everyone else. Order 66 now. Gotta find a place to hide. And I feel it's going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Order 66 now. Say order 66 strong. And I feel it still. And I feel it still. Gotta make it out. I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say? Order 66 senators try to make it better now. And I feel it still. Somewhere out there's gotta be. Gotta make it out. I guess we're headed all around now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Try to make it better now. It's order 66 now. Somewhere out there's gotta be strong. And I guess we're headed all around now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I'm a rebel just for kicks now. It's order 66 now. I say order 66 now. And I feel it strong. And I feel it still. We should fight a war. I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say? Order 66 now. The emperor down to his knees. And I feel it still. We should fight a war for peace. I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Resurrect the Jedi, bring the emperor down to his knees.